Hey, Skinner Cellist, it's Mr. Andrew. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're practicing a lot of cello, reading some good books, doing some fun stuff at home. Anyway, here's your cello video class for the week. I want to start out with some right hand stuff, some bow hand stuff, okay? We did some long bows in one video, right? Which is really good. You should always, it's a really good way to start your practice that way, okay? So let's do that first, just a little bit for each string, and then we're gonna go and do some string changing stuff, okay? Cool. So first, I wanna try to fit 8 of these beats, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, for a whole bow. So that's not too slow, but that is gonna get us to use our whole bow for all 8 beats, okay? Let's try it. Ready? Just a nice little warm up here. C string first. 1, 2, 8 beats, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just like that. Try to get a nice even sound, about mezzo forte or so. Stop right there. Now let's go on to our G. Okay, here we go. Same tempo, same idea. 8 beats. 1, 2, G, ready, go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good way to check and see if your strings are in tune also. A couple more on the G. Last one, stop right here now. Nice, great. Okay, let's move on to the D string. Same tempo, same idea. Notice the differences in your bow speed on the higher strings versus the lower strings, because on the lower strings you can move a little slower with the same volume, but on the higher strings you're going to have to move a little faster. So just pay attention to the timing of how long it takes you to get through a whole bow and try to spread that out really evenly over 8 beats. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, D string. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. And on this 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Awesome. So on that one, I don't know if you noticed, but talking about pressure, placement, and speed with the bow, right? You're going to want to be a little closer toward the bridge, a little less pressure and more speed on those higher strings. Hey, look, there's Chico the bird. Chico, come here. Gonna be in the video? He's going to be in the video. This is Chico. He's going to help me out with the A string. You guys ready for the A? 1, 2, A string, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Good job, Chico. Okay, cool. Now we're going to move on to a different exercise where we do some string crossings in the same bow, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to try a string crossing warm-up with our right hand, our bow hand, okay? So we're going to do 2 strings at a time. First, it's going to be the C string and the G, okay? So we're going to go, it's hard with the bird on your arm. So you're going to go down, doing C to G 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, all in one bow. And now I have a bird on my bow. Okay, so like I said, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, and then you're gonna go up bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't like being on the bow, I guess. So down bow, 1, 2, 3, 4, up bow, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And so we're barely gonna be tipping our bow just like that between the C and G. Just like that. We're trying to make it to where we're doing 2 strings in one bow back and forth. So let's do the same tempo that we had. And now it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Just like that. It's going to be a little tough at first. Let's start a little bit slower. And then we'll speed up to that tempo. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, C string first. Go. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, It's pretty hard. 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Great job! Okay, let's do the same thing, but now we're going to move on to the G and D. So, this still requires very consistent pressure, placement, and speed, right? But now you're using 2 different strings, so it's a little bit different to spread it out like that than it is to do on one string, back and forth. So now let's try G and D. Here we go. Ready? Like this. And let's speed it up just a little bit, back to that tempo that I had originally, around there. Here we go. Here we go. 1, G and D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep it really steady with the metronome. It's really good bow control that you're learning right now. See how I'm just barely rocking my hand, but it makes a big difference in which string I'm using. Awesome, great job. Let's go ahead and move on to the last 2 strings, D and A, okay? Same thing here, try it out. Feels a little bit different on those higher strings, so get a little bit of a feel for it. And here we go, same tempo. 1, just like that. 1, 2, ready, go, now. D, D, A, D. last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. You did great. That was hard, I know, but it's really good for your hand, and now your right hand, your bow hand, is so warmed up. So now we're going to do some work back on some major scales that we know, but we're going to engage with them in a little bit of a new way, okay? So I'm going to flash some music on the screen so you can follow along with the notes that I'm talking about, but I'll go over the fingerings first. So we're going to start with our C major scale. One that we know very well. It's very easy, okay? We're going to start with that one, but instead of going straight up the scale like this, we're going to go up by a third for each note. So I'm going to go from C to E. That's a third. C, D, E. That's 3. And then I'm going to go back to the second note of the scale because that was the first note, C. I jump to the third. And then I'm going to go back to the second note, D, and go up a third from there, which is D, E, F. Then I'm going to go back to the third note of the scale, E, go up a third from E, E, F, G. So I'm stacking thirds the whole way, basically, as in C, E, D, F, E, G, F, A. Another way to look at it is I'm skipping a note and then going back, and then skipping a note and then going back, as in C, E, D, F, E, G, F, A, and so on and so forth. And we're going to do that all the way from our low C up to our high C, second finger on the A string, okay? So I'm going to play it once for you, and I want you to watch how I do it, and then I'll show you the music, and we'll go through it together, okay? Cool. So I'm going to play it from C, E, D, F, E, G, F, A, G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F, E, G, F, A, G, B, A, C, B, D, C. And that's us reaching the top. So then we're going to go back down a third this time. So it's going to go. So it's the same order of notes, but the opposite direction, right? It's the same sequences of notes, as in up here we'll start out with C to A, and on the way up we did A, C. So it's the same set of notes, but going down this time. So it's C, A, B, G, A, F, E, G, E, F, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, B, G, A, F, G, E, F, D. And this is where it gets tricky because we would do, E, C, D, B, but we don't have a lower B, so we're going to have to go up an octave to that B right there. And then we're going to end on our high C and our low C played together in an octave like we did in videos last week. Just like that. So the end there, right? I'm going to go from, let's see, we'll do from B, C, A. This is the lower octave. So it's C, A, B, G, A, F, G, E, F, D, E, C, and then D, B, C. Like that. So it's D, B, C at the very end, and that's when our scale ends. Okay? I hope you got that. If you didn't, it's okay. Go back and watch that video. Go over all the fingerings I just showed you again. Also, on this sheet music, there are fingerings included. If you look in a tiny little font next to each note, not underneath it, but next to it on the staff, there's little fingerings, and those are the fingers that you need for the whole thing. So let's try it. I'm going to set the metronome up really slow. We're going to try it slow at first, okay? These are going to be our eighth notes. So that's going to be C, E. We're going to go a little bit slower even. We're going to go a little bit slower. So that'll be C, E, G, F, just like that, Okay, sorry, C, E, D, F. I know the notes, I promise. A little bit slower even. Here we go. These are eighth notes, so we're going to play quarter notes at 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay, let's get ready. Here we go. C major scale in thirds. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Back down. Here's our weird octave jump. Great, that was awesome. Good job. If that wasn't perfect, go back and try it again with that tempo. Do it as many times as you need. I'm going to go ahead and do it at a faster tempo, okay, for when you're ready to move on to the next tempos. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, good job. Okay, now let's try the same idea but on G, in G major. So this is just going to be one octave. It should be easier even than the last one, but we're going to try it a little bit at the faster tempo than the slower tempo. So this one, let's play through our G major real quick. Just like that, very easy. Cool, so let's go over the scale pattern for it. We're going to do G to B, A to C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, A, G. And then we're going to come back down, G, E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, G, B, and this time we're going to go A, F sharp, that's our extended 4 on the C string, and then end on G, because this time we can go below our root note, so we're just going to go, we don't have to do our octave transposition for this one, because we can go down lower. So let's try it first at this tempo. These are eighth notes, as in, so a little bit faster than we started the last one. Here we go. G, follow along with the music. 1, 2, ready, go. Extended 4. Yeah, nice, great. Okay, let's speed it up and try a little faster. Here we go. This time we're going to do quarter notes at this tempo. Just like that. Ready? G. 1, 2, ready, go. Great! Hope you did better than I did. It wasn't that great, but we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Okay, so we are going to start a new song. I've arranged a piece that I know you've heard before. It's called My Girl, originally performed by the Temptations. Okay? It's a really cool Motown song. I know you've heard it before. But look it up on YouTube, My Girl by the Temptations, okay? And I'll make a play along eventually for all three of them together like I did Octopus's Garden. But right now I want to show you each individual part for just the first couple sections of this song, and we'll work through it in the coming weeks, so it'll be cool. Unlike Octopus's Garden, I don't want to assign you guys parts necessarily. I want to just teach you the three different parts and kind of have you guys all learn the three different parts so that anybody could play any of the parts at any time. So the top melody part is going to be the hardest in general because it's a little bit in second position, okay? And mostly I want Edward to concentrate on that one, but you guys should all learn it, like I said. And then the first part I'll show you here is kind of the bass part, and it's going to be all pizzicato, so that'll be fun too. So there's three parts, just like the trio. And yeah, we'll start with the first part, the bass part. So this is the pizzicato part, okay? Cool. So it's going to start out, this part is the simplest part, but not necessarily the easiest because you're the bass player, the drummer, you're the whole rhythm section basically. So you got to keep the song on tempo the whole time, which is kind of hard. So we're going to start out our main riff. The main thing you're going to do for this part is that's our main bass line for this song, okay? And that's G, C, C, G, C, C, G, C, C. Open strings. What I'm doing with my left hand is I'm muting the strings after I hit them so it doesn't sound like this. Because that's different than do-doop-doop, 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 do-doop-doop. And so what I'm doing there is I'm muting on the rest. I'm using my left hand to mute those strings. See, like I said, this part isn't that easy. I think it's all pretty short, like that. So that's your main part, and that's your intro, okay? So on the intro, you're going to do that for 4 bars with a pickup of G, like that. As in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right there is going to be the verse. Okay, so the verse, you're going to do something very similar, but you're going to start on C, and then go to F, like that. And it's back and forth between C and F. So that's C, C, G, C, C, G, F, F, C, F, F, G, C, C, G, C, C, G, F, F, C, F, F, G. And that's your verse that you play the whole time. So let's try the intro into the verse. Okay, the intro is going to happen 4 times of just G and C. Like that, okay? And then we're going to do 4 times switching back between C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F. Okay? Let's try it. Here we go. From the top, I'm going to give you 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That's 3, 4. Here's the verse. Starts on C again, and then F, C, F, F, G, C. That's the whole intro and verse, and you'll play that several different times during the song. Okay? Cool. I'll give you plenty of time to play along later with all of this. I just want to run through all the parts for this first video. Okay? Cool. So that's the intro, interlude, and verse for this part. Okay? The other thing I want to show you on this one is the pre-chorus and the chorus, and then we'll be done for the parts right now because it's going to have a bridge and another section, a key change later. But that's all the parts I'll show you right now. So the chorus, after we do our last F, C, F, G, then we're going to change our rhythm a little bit, but we're going to start back on C. It's going to be C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G. That's what we play twice. That's our pre-chorus. So that's C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G. Fingering wise, obviously it's O, 1, 4, extended 4, open G, just like that. So that's bum, ba dum, da dum, dum, dum. Then again, dum, do do, do 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 do, just like that. Okay, let's try that. That's our whole pre-chorus. We just do it twice. Let's try it together. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G, C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G. Great. And that leads us straight into our chorus. Pre-chorus goes into chorus. This is the part that goes, my girl, my girl, my girl. That one. Okay? So this part for the bass is going to go, or the bass part of the cello is going to go C, 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 C. And then we're going to go to D. And then we stop on G like that. And we walk up from D, E, F, G. And we stop. So that's C, 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 D, 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 E, F, G. And then we stop and come back to our main riff on the verse. So like that. Let's go over the whole chorus, okay? So it's 2 bars of just C, 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 and then D, and then walk up to G and stop on 1 of that last bar. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, just like that back into the verse. Okay, so let's try pre-chorus into chorus. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, just like that. 1, 2, ready, go. C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G, C, C, D, D, F, F sharp, G, and then chorus. C, 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 then to D, then walk up to G, just like that. And then we go back to our verse. Cool, great job. That's all the part I'm going to show you for today of the bass part. So now let's move on and learn the middle part. Okay, so this part is mainly mimicking the guitar part. If you listen to the song, it starts with bass, and then the guitar comes in going boom, 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 boom. And if you didn't go and check this song out before on YouTube, I'm sure it's starting to sound a little familiar now. But that's what you're going to play at first, and that's what you're going to play through most of the song is this. So what that is are certain notes of the C major scale that actually make the C major pentatonic scale. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm just going to show you the notes. So we're going to start out on C, on the G string, 4th finger on the G. And then we're going to walk up D, E, G, A, C. So that's going from C, D, E, G, A, C, back to C, like that. Let's try it a couple times very slow. That's what you do in the intro. And then you're going to do the same thing, but on a different string for the verse. Let's try it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C, and 2, D, E, G, A, C. Too bad, but there are some string jumps in there. That's kind of the challenge for this. I wanted to make something more challenging for you guys because I think you're ready for it and you're probably bored and have a lot of practice time at home. So let's go over that part again. 4 times. 1, 2, ready, go. So for the the verse, like I said, we're going to start out on that again. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to start on the C string, so on F. But it's the same fingering of 4, and then O, 1, 4, O, 2. And then we go back to C. So it's C, F, C, F. And yeah, the main challenge of this part is jumping from your A string down to your C string. But that's a challenge I think you're ready for. So let's try it a couple of times, alternating between C and F. Because that's what you do in the verse. You just go back and forth on C and F. Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Very good. So that's your intro is just the C one. And then the verse is alternating between C and F 4 times. And notice how I'm doing that walk up kind of short. These are long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Cool, you got it. Nice. So the next part, for this part, for the middle part, you're going to start doing harmonies in the pre-chorus. So long notes. Very easy. That's it. 2 times through that. So that starts on E, first finger of the D string. Second finger on F. Open A, first finger on B. And those are half notes, sorry. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't want to be too loud on that. You want to keep it a little bit, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, somewhere in there. Sorry. E, F, A, B, E, F, A, B. And that's your pre-chorus. Let's try it. It's going to be easy. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. And then you'll notice on your chorus, when you see the music, that it starts with 2 beats of rest. So you're going to hear the first part go, my girl, and you're going to answer that, basically. So they're going to go, my girl, and that's you, the middle part, going, my girl, like that. So that's C, G, okay? Then you're going to do the same thing up an octave on the A string. So that's 1, rest, rest. So it's C, G, 4th finger on the G string, open G, and then 2nd finger on the A for C, 4th finger on D for G. As in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and... That's the rest of your part for this chorus. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be rest, rest, C, G, C, G, and then you're going to go E, F, G, just like that. E, F, G on the D string, 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to play a double stop, which is your open A and your 2nd finger on the D string. So you have to play both of those, just like that. And then you're going to do B, F. Sounds a little ugly, but it'll sound really good in the context of the song. That's how you end the chorus on 1. So if I played the whole chorus, like I said, it starts with 2 beats of rest for you. So it's 1, 2, ready, go, rest, rest. And that's it. And then you go back and start the verse again, okay? So let's try that from the pre-chorus. That's going to be E, F, A, B, twice, and then rest, rest, C, G, C, G, E, F, G, F and A, and then B, F, just like that. Let's try it from the pre-chorus. 1, 2, ready, go. Then rest, rest. Rest. And then we go back to our verse. Cool. So that's all I'm going to show you for this part today. There's a little bit more later on for the bridge and the outro, and there's even a key change. So we'll talk about that later, but for now, I'll give you a play along to practice with this. Cool. Nice job. Okay, so now the melody part, like I said, is going to be the harder part, both rhythmically and note-wise, because we're going to do a lot of that position with E on the fourth finger like that. Sometimes we're going to go up higher to A. So, but I do think that any of you could do this part with enough practice. I don't think it's beyond any of you. I do think that it would be more of a challenge, but I think it's going to be a worthwhile challenge that you have some time to work on. So let's start. It's the melody. You're going to do the melody the whole time with this one part. Maybe I'll switch it up later and kind of mix the melody in, but right now it's just 1, 2, 3 basically. So the first thing you're going to play is you're going to wait for the whole intro to happen, and you're going to come in on the verse. And your part is actually different for each verse. So I think I'm just going to go over the first verse today, okay, and obviously the pre-chorus and chorus. But let's start with the first verse. That's the I've got sunshine. So you're going to come in. Your rhythm, like I said, is pretty challenging. But on bar 4, right before B, the verse, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. I've got sunshine. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Dun, dun, dun. Like that. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and... Sorry. So it should be fourth finger on E, second finger on D, and then 1 on C, but it's kind of a stretch, just like we did for minuet number 3. Like that position of E, C, D, E. So you should be warmed up for that. Just from that, right? So we're going to do the same thing here, but it's going to be I've got like that. Play that with me. 1, 2, 3. Roll out tune. So it's going to be on the and of 3, as in 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, very good. So you'll wait for them to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll hear boom, boom, and then you come right there. So that's on the end of 3 of the 4th bar. Okay? Next riff in the melody is like that, and that's on a cloudy day, lyrically. So right there, that's C, D, C on the A string, a quick C, D. I think I'm going to slur that whole thing together. So C, D, C, like that, and then A, A, G. So that's C. And that one comes in on the and of 2, as in 1 and 2 and ends on that last A is on 1 of bar 7. So that should be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're going to slur that A, last A to the G also. As in, like that. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, we'll start it on a down bow on C, D, and then end on a down bow like that from A to G. So let's try those first 2 rhythmic figures. I'll play them for you a little bit. a shift there. I'm going to put on the metronome so you can hear where this fits in the beat. Bum, 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 bum. So this is nice and slow. Okay, we're going to start from measure 4. I'm going to give you a count off, and you're going to count your rests. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. Just like that. E, D, E, C. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 and 2. Yeah, just like that. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. Yeah, we almost got it. 1, 2, 3. And 1 and 2. Awesome. So the next part, we're going to use the same basic notes, right? But we're going to go C, D, E, C, C, like that. The rhythm is a little weird, so this is on the and of 4 that we do a quick C, D, and we want to do, 1, 2. So this one goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... It's tough because there's that rest right at 1 where you think you're going to go da-da-da, but you're going to go da-da-da, like that with that quick rest. So that's C, D, E, C, C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Just like that. And 2 and 3 and 4 and... So that's C, D, E, C, C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Just like that. Cool. Let's try it with the next riff, because the next riff is the hard one, I think, for this verse. Sorry, that's... Bum, 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 bum. Mine was started on up bow. Yeah, like that. Okay, so the next riff, we're starting on D, and then C, A, C, A, G, like that. And the A and G are slurred together. So that's, let's start on an up bow with that D. Right there. The rhythm is a little tricky because that's going to come in on the end of 3 again, but you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. Like that. Very weird rhythm. But if you think about it with the lyrics after you listen to this song, it'll make a lot more sense. So that's... I believe it's I've got the month of May is the idea. I've got the month of May. Just like that. Okay, and that's the lyric, I think, from the original song. I've got the month of May. Let's try it. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 and 2 and 3. Like that. So let's do it nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, it's not too bad, and it looks way worse on the page than it actually is. 1 and 2 and 3. Just like that. Cool. So, I want to try the whole verse. I don't know if you're ready for it yet, but I want to play it for you and get it into your head so you get an idea of what it's supposed to sound like, okay? So we're going to try it like this. Yeah, cool. Here we go. From the top of the verse. So I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, and we're going to come in on the and of 3. Ready? From measure 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the idea. Very close to that. Let's try it one more time. Ready? Same thing from measure 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2. 1 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, pretty tough, but not that bad. It's a song you've heard a million times. I'm sure you'll be able to get it. Let's go ahead and move on to the pre-chorus, okay? So the pre-chorus here is very easy for you. It's just going to walk up the G, A, C, D. Not quite G major, but G, A, C, D. And then again, but now you're going to do quarter notes. And stop like that. So that's G, A, B, C, D. One more time. G, A, C, D. And then repeat. Except quarter notes. And then you're going to do the chorus, which starts with you going, my girl. So that's C, G. Second finger on the A, fourth finger on the D. And then that's the whole chorus for you this time, okay? That's C, G, and then E, C, and then we're going to go G, A, C, yep, D, C, A, C, and then it ends with my girl, which is E, D, like that. And that's where your first chorus ends. So I'm going to play that for you once, and then we'll slow it down and look at the whole thing for the chorus. 1, 2, ready, go. Just like that. So from your pre-chorus, if we went G, A, C, D, G, G, A, C, C, D, we would start out with yeah. Okay, let's try it from the pre-chorus, both you and I together, nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Chorus. Yeah! Cool. I hope you got it. If not, that's okay. Go back, try it a few times, do it slower. That's all we're going to do today for this melody part. We're going to move on. The next verse has a harmonic in it. Your high A harmonic. It's going to be fun. We'll cover that for the next lesson, okay? Cool. Happy practicing.